And we are live. Hey guys, I'm Wolfie. Welcome to the Huddle. Today we got a few things to talk about the San Francisco 49ers. Then, of course, we're going to jump into a mock draft. And not just like a mock draft of, ooh, I like that player. Ooh, I like that player. I'm going to get players that I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to attempt to draft. I'm going to attempt the unthinkable. A mock draft where I think the 49ers are going to get these players. I'm going to have a prediction mock draft. So it's going to get ugly. And I think that if I just nail even just one of these picks, if I just nail one of these picks, man, I think that's a W in my eyes because like there's so many players, so many different kind of outcomes. You never know, trade ups and things of that nature. So like just to nail one of these picks would be, I think, an absolute miracle. And so I'm going to try and predict it the best I can and see what happens. Papa J in the house. Best mod of Broken Ass for. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Val, of course, thank you for liking the live. OG, always can count on you for sure. I appreciate you. Be sure to like the live if you haven't liked the live already. I'd really appreciate support the channel. Support the channel, man. And, of course, we're brought to you by water. It's good for you. It's good for your bowels. It's good for your skin. It's good for your organs. H2O. It's the way to go. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the first thing when it comes to like news and things of that nature. Let's go ahead and do that. One in the house. Crew compared Shemar to Bosa, saying they both have low sack production but high rates, pressure rates. I saw that and I actually commented on that one too. And I liked your comment too because I thought that was absolutely crazy. Rep BX in the house, like the live. Thank you. I appreciate that. Big W. Appreciate it. Water's the way to go, man. Water's the way to go. Water is the sponsor. Appreciate you being here, supporting the channel. We'll get to the Shemar Stewart and Bosa thing for sure. I think that's just real quick. I think it's absolutely ridiculous because he's saying low sack production. He had 9 sacks. That's not low sack production. The reason why people were disappointed with that is because he's supposed to be a top 5 pass rusher. Shemar Stewart doesn't have that expectation, nor is he that kind of type of player. So it's kind of ridiculous to compare the two with sack production. Oh, you're disappointed with this sack production. It's like he got 9 sacks, right? If you told me Shemar Stewart had 14 sacks one season, gets paid to be hyped up to be a 14 sack season type DN, and he has 9 sacks, then yes, you would be disappointed, right? But Shemar Stewart, though, it's what are you presenting? What are you presenting for your potential and stuff like that? It's not nearly the same. If Shemar Stewart got 9 sacks in college, dude, he probably would be definitely someone you want to draft for the 11th pick. So to compare the two is actually really ridiculous. Joe Boyd in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's go ahead and jump into the next the conversation I want to talk about real quick. I really don't want to talk about it, but it's something about 49ers and stuff. So it's like why not talk about it, I guess. So Puka Nacua, I'm sure you guys heard this, says they have a chance to still be in their window. And I think if he goes for $50 million plus, then the window closes. He's talking about Brock Purdy, of course. I am not taking what a division rival says about the San Francisco 49ers seriously. He's not going to tell you his dead honest opinion. He's not going to give you a real evaluation. If he says hey, you got to pay that guy, your Super Bowl windows, they're not going to do that. They're not going to help the San Francisco 49ers, right? He's going to want to cause more friction. He's going to want to cause more problems. He's going to want to cause more discourse. He literally is the rival of our team. So I don't take anything this guy says seriously when it comes to our team in that aspect. If you want to give a player respect, that's one thing, but it benefits him to talk shit about Brock Purdy. It benefits him to say something like this. So I personally don't find anything that he says like this personal. I like Puka Nacua. I think he's an excellent wide receiver. I've always believed in him and stuff like that. But to say something like this, I don't take it personal. I know it's ammunition for people who hate Brock Purdy. It's ammunition for people who don't believe in Brock Purdy. That's a fact. But that's the reason why you would say something like this is to cause the discourse, is to cause problems, is to stir things up and more issues, etc. Because he obviously doesn't believe in the San Francisco 49ers either. He is literally a division rival, and I don't take what a division rival has to say really too seriously. So And I know a lot of people are like having these long conversations about it. Is he worth 50 million, whatever, things of that nature. The dude totally is. He's worth that 50 million. And the ridiculous part of it all is that he said that 45 million makes sense. 45 million makes sense to him, but 50 million is too much. Are you serious? You're saying 45 million is fine, but then you're saying 5 million more crosses the line. That 5 million more different. That 5 million more is a depth piece, right? If you said 60 million, I understand that's a $15 million difference between 45. That's a starter right there. So that's a difference. But if you're going to say, oh, 45 is fine, 45 is what you should get paid and stuff like that. But then you say once the moment it becomes 50 million, once it becomes a 5 at the 50 million mark, it's too much. That makes no sense, first of all. So that's ridiculous. If he said 60 million, I see where his argument comes from. But to say 45 is fine and then be like, oh, 50 million is too much, it doesn't make any sense. So, all right. So let me go ahead and drink my coffee. We'll get to the next subject. Juan says Puka's the same guy who said he didn't know he played in the NFC West. He's not an expert. Yeah, he's not an expert. I don't think he knows a lot about the San Francisco 49ers. I'm being serious. Like, I don't think he actually knows the depth of it. He's the type of guy, in my opinion, who would just go out there and do his job and then dip, right? He's the kind of type of guy that just like, I like playing wide receiver. This is my job. I get paid this much money, and I'm going to retire when I'm 30 because I don't love this game as much as, everyone else does, where they have to live and breathe it. So to sit there and to say something like that, I don't take it too personal from Puka Nacua. You are right. One. He would be sing a different song if he played for the Finals 110%. Bro, I absolutely love the post you made about Larry not being consistent with my versus Stewart. Takes glad you saw my comment on that video. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just, I don't understand the obsession of having to be right about Shemar Stewart. He's putting a lot on the line. Okay. I feel like, personally, if you ask me, I feel like he's putting more on his shoulders. He's putting more pressure on himself. If Shemar Stewart better be right, by the way, like, he better be good and everyone else better be wrong. Like, and it's vice versa, really. Like, because if I'm wrong, I'm gonna get a lot of shit for it, right? Like, that's 110% true. But like, if everyone's telling you a player is bad or a player's not worth the 11th pick and you draft him and he doesn't work out and you're fighting this hard for the guy, it's going to be a lot worse for him than it would be for me on the other way around. Like, I mean, you are seriously fighting for this guy, and I don't understand. It's like as if there is no take, because everything that you say about another player, you could say about Shemar Stewart. You want to say Mikael Williams doesn't have the production, or like he doesn't have the traits. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. He has pass rushing moves. You could literally go watch. Just look at his highlights alone. He has pass rushing moves. He's a better run stopper. He literally, with less snaps and an ankle injury, has more tackles for a loss, more sacks, and what was the other one? More solo tackles. So that means he's done more with less opportunities than Shemar Stewart has with his full-time opportunities. So it's just weird to me that this hill he's dying on and trying to compare Mikael Williams to this guy is absolutely ridiculous. It makes no sense to me. And then he says that, like, oh, Shemar Stewart has a lot of traits. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Potential and traits are two different things here. He has a physical trait. He has and the grade of that physical trait is phenomenal. The trait that he has is athleticism. He has a phenomenal athleticism trait. So he has two traits. That's all he has. He has two, because he doesn't have a pass rushing move trait at all. Doesn't have an elite. Yeah, I guess you can argue run stopping, but it's like a mid-tier run stopping trait. He doesn't have the football IQ trait. He doesn't have the instincts trait. He doesn't have the clutch trait. There are so many traits he doesn't have. He has two. He has two traits and one mid-one run stopping. That is it. And it's just absolutely crazy to me. It's just absolutely crazy to me. If you think his tackles and pressures are the end-all, be-all for a player, fine. I guess you love Shemar Stewart. But I like a guy with the whole package. I like a guy who can get sacks. I like a guy who can get tackles for a loss. I like a guy who can get his own solo tackles. Solo tackles means he did the work. I don't understand, like, trying to compare Shemar Stewart to any other prospect. There's a reason why he's the riskiest prospect in this draft, bar none. It's undebatable. And the reason why he's the most riskiest is because he doesn't have the production compared to any other prospect that's being compared into the first round, heck, third round or fourth round type prospects. And that's just absolutely ridiculous to me. Another thing that frustrates me is the Texas A&M D line isn't very good, or like the coaching for the D line isn't very good. I'm sorry, is Nick Scourton not a late first round pick, early second rounder? I'm sorry, is Shemar Turner not a third round type D tackle? You're going to tell me he didn't have talent on that line that was productive enough to become a third rounder or another late first rounder? That makes no sense to me, because if he was the only shining bright spot on that line that deserved any kind of attention, or if that line wasn't good at all, no one else would be drafted and he'd be the only one considered. So to say there's nothing that makes sense to me. Like athletically, he's gifted, right? He's got that athletic ability. He does have power, right? He has those two traits. But to draft this guy at 11, and I think I see Strawberry here, but another thing is like, if Strawberry, like what Strawberry said was like, let's say, he could be great, right? Or if he turns out to be great, I'll still say I was wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. I'll say I was wrong. He was great and whatever. But you cannot afford to draft a risky player. You cannot afford to draft a risk. So why are you drafting the riskiest prospect in the draft at 11? That would be ridiculous. That'd be too risky. We can't afford a risk, especially on the D-line right now. It's kind of like with Josh Simmons. It's a risk. It's 110% risk, but his upside is immense, right? He could be the best tackle in this draft from left tackle or right tackle. But we can't draft him because we can't take that risk. We cannot take a risky player. It's the same thing with Shemar Stewart. We cannot take that risk. So even if you like the guy and you believe in him, you have to look at the logic of it all. We can't afford a guy that's a risk. We need more certainty. We need a guy with a lot more certainty percentage than one. Okay, if you nail that 10% of Shemar Stewart and his athletic ability is fantastic, guess what? He's phenomenal. That's 10%. I'd rather get a guy who has a 75% chance of being great at the line than some guy who could be the elite guy with 5% chance. You have to be logical here with this 11th pick. You cannot just take the riskiest guy, especially for the San Francisco 49ers. You can't. There is no world right now. Well, maybe like another universe, but like in this, nowhere at no logical point should the 49ers draft him with any logical like aspect of it. You may believe him more than Mikael Williams. You may believe in him more than anyone else, but at the end of the day, you will call him the riskiest prospect in the entire draft. Literally more risky than Josh Simmons. Literally more risky than that. And I'm sorry, but that's as risky as it gets for me, personally. So, and I'm going to say one more last thing about, I did not mean for this to go on a Shemar Stewart rant, but I'm going to say one last thing about Shemar Stewart. What really frustrates me is that some people will say, oh, well, look at Danielle Hunter. Danielle Hunter only had 4.5 sacks. Okay, 3 seasons. His first season, he wasn't a full-time starter. Second season, he was a full-time starter, got 3 sacks. Next season, got a sack and a half. Fine, got that. But he also had 142 tackles. He had 52 of those solo tackles. He had 21 tackles for a loss. Shemar Stewart, full-time starter, 3 years in a row, 12 tackles for a loss. 30 solo tackles, 65 total tackles combined. So you want to say that, oh, sacks aren't everything. I agree with you. And then you'll say Danielle Hunter, he has the same sacks. Well, Danielle Hunter was doing a lot more than just sacking players. Was not sack players. He was doing a lot more than that. So it's just, to compare the two is ridiculous. The only thing you can compare on is the sack situation. But Shemar Stewart had more snaps than Danielle Hunter did. And he did a lot more than Danielle Hunter did a lot more than Shemar Stewart did by far, almost by double the production. The only thing they relied on was literally the sack production. That's the only thing. Everything else, Danielle Hunter eclipses him it just practically eclipses man. So it just drives me nuts that, you know, like to come up with new shit every single week, every single day, just so you could be right about Shemar Stewart or try to find some sort of gotcha about Shemar Stewart when you should just have the evidence in front of you and just be like, okay, this guy's great and ready to go, is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I would draft him at some point. Like, I am not saying he's undraftable. I want to say that I want to be clear about that. He's not undraftable, right? He's just not a first round talent to me. He's not someone I would take in the first round. I would not take 11th overall, like not even close, right? I think the latest I will take, if I was me, it was the 75th pick, the latest. Even though I think there's better players and better potential, but if you wanted to take a risk on a player like that, I would totally be for it. If you wanted a reach, to me, it would be a reach at 43. I wouldn't hate that either. But my complaint is that for some reason, this guy is getting a pass just because he's super athletic and he got a 10 on some stupid score because of the combine. He's the 11th overall pick. Just, it's ridiculous, man. Like, not the first round, right? Just not the first round. That's all I care about. You know, I'm going to continue to make videos hating on Shemar Stewart. I'm going to continue to make videos putting out there that I'm doubling down and tripling down and quadrupling down on this. I'm going to keep doing it because none of that's funny. Gets views. I like making them, you know, etc. But it's just kind of like to emphasize that if I hear the 49ers select Texas A&M D-end Shemar Stewart, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to snap. So anyway, all right, I'm done with that rant there. Let's go ahead and get through the comments here. Jeff, what up, dog? What up, dog? Puka's such a clown. He's a good clown, though. Not gonna lie. Mike Urtaza, what up, dude? In the house, 49er comment legend. Man, you see him. You can see this guy. I think he's a Larry Krueger mod. I think he's a mod somewhere else. This guy's an absolute legend. What you think of Invader 49er? Legend. 49er throwback? Legend. Mike Urtaza? Legend. Thank you for being here. Less than a week, then we can stop guessing. 110%, man. No more guesses. No more guesses. Puka reminds me of Gronk, just goes out there and plays, but the really doesn't know what's going on. Still respect him as a player, 110%. I think he's a great wide receiver. The moment I saw him play with the Rams, I was like, shit, they got a good wide receiver. Like, you can go back. And you can actually look at the history. I've been a Puka fan since like week 5 of his rookie year. He was just phenomenal. Wolfie, did you see Ricky Pilsell's vlog? Julian Cowan was throwing session with Brock. I did. I even subscribed. I subscribed to the Pearsall channel too as well. Just so you guys know, Ricky Pearsall does have a channel. It's just Ricky Pearsall 14, I think it's called. Go ahead and check it out. If you want to watch Brock and Cowing and Pearsall catch balls, same thing with Kittle as well. He's catching balls too as well. So Brock Purdy's going out there, man. He's still connecting with the team, regardless of the contract situation, still trying to make it work. And that's my boy, man. He's professional, man. Brock's my boy, dude. He's my guy. I need to comment on his video, though, and say, hey, can I interview? He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's going to stop doing interviews, though. Juan, he didn't even know what division he was in. 110%. Stewart is a better pick in the second round, not 11. There you go. If it was a second rounder 43, I wouldn't hate it as much. It's just literally the first round shit that drives me nuts. Larry's saying don't draft Mikel because of production, but then says I know Stewart did produce, but draft him though. Mikel actually did produce adequately 14 sacks in 2 years. Yeah, he's a good player. I don't understand that. I'm not saying I won't want him at 11, right? Like, but I would much rather take Mikel over Shemar Stewart 110%. But there's literally nothing you can say about Mikel Williams that you wouldn't say about Shemar Stewart. Like, there's just nothing you could possibly say. If you want to say no production, Shemar Stewart, no production. If you want to say he doesn't have a pass rushing move, Shemar Stewart doesn't have a passing rushing move. If you want to, for some reason, say he's not a good run stopper, which he actually is, you're going to say Shemar Stewart's not a good run stopper. So everything that you want to say about Mikael Williams, you just end up saying about Shemar Stewart. There is no out on this. It's literally like, I don't know why he doesn't. He's much better off just saying, I believe in this guy. And for some reason, when I see him, I see a great player and I see a player worth taking at 11. Just say that. Just say that, because there is no production. There is no film. There is nothing that's going to tell you that Shemar Stewart is better than Mikael Williams or it'd be worthy of the 11. You're better off just saying, I believe in the guy. For some reason, when I see this dude, I see someone with a high ceiling that if an NFL coach got a hold of, they can transform him into an elite pass rusher, right? That's the only thing you could possibly say about the pick. So I just find it a little weird that like you're trying to find these things that like try to justify it. It's like, just, dude, there is no justification for the pick. It's literally just, it's a risky pick because he's super athletic and powerful. That is it. So just say you believe in the guy. Like, you can make fun of me if you want, but for some reason, when I see this dude, I think an NFL coach is going to get a hold of him. He's going to do his thing. So Stewart's the worst. I would say the worst defensive lineman ever. I wouldn't say that. And I'm his biggest hater. I wouldn't say the worst defensive lineman ever. Jeff, it's crazy. It makes no sense. Some people don't know how to scout players. They're just based off of online scouting reports. 110%. Hopefully all this is smoke screen. I just want the 49ers to stop drafting bust players all the time in the first round. Hey, at least they don't do it in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, 7th, 8th, and undrafted rounds. 8th. I guess it's undrafted. Compare Stewart to Bosa. He's on drugs, 110%. Just wants 400 worst ever. He never drafts good players in the mock drafts. The lone bright spot about Niners considering Stewart is that they reportedly view him as a day 2 guy, so hopefully he's gone by then. Smart. Simmons actually produced, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he produced, but I'm talking about the injury, though. It's a risk. I'm talking about the risk aspect of it. Because there's actually potential that he's not going to be as good as he was because of that injury. It's the risk aspect. 110%. That's what I'm saying. Like, he could be, if Simmons is fully healthy, he's a top 5 tackle, the best left tackle, right tackle in the draft. That's what I said. I said that. So good. Simmons is the best pick at 11. I wouldn't say that. I think it's too risky. Wolfie, exactly. Larry has literally said that the Niners can't take a player who didn't produce in college. They need a safe player. Then says Stewart is most risky with fun. He just say you believe in the guy, man. Just say you believe in the guy. I like Mikael Williams. I like him. I much rather have Nolan. I much rather have Mike Green. I'd rather take Grant. I'd rather take Harmon. I'd rather take James Pierce Jr., honestly, Nick Scorton. I like Mikael. I do. And that's how the draft is really, really deep with DN. So when I say these players instead, I'm not saying Mikael isn't a first rounder. He's a first rounder guy. There are like 7 or 8 or 9. You could argue 9 first round pass rushers in this draft. You could argue 9. Hunter was a 3rd round pick, not a first rounder. Yep, 110%. Mikael, at least he's gotten sacks. Shemar has not produced in 3 years. He has 4.5 sacks. That was not worth 11 pick. It's awful to compare him to Hunter, who was drafted in the 3rd round because he didn't produce. I know, but if you were to go, I think the argument is that like if you were to go back to that draft, you would take him in the 1st round because of that ceiling. But I think that's the argument with that. But I know what you're saying. He's in the 3rd round pick. But a lot of people are doing that, though. We don't know what an actual NFL team thinks of him yet. Wouldn't shock me if he falls out of the 1st. I have noticed this, and that's why when I made my short today, I made a short talking about how, NFL teams, if they heard their team drafted Shemar Stewart, I put NFL teams, not just 49ers, because if you go all across social media, every single fan base does not want Shemar Stewart in the 1st round. Green Bay, the Falcons, Cardinals, Bengals, what's another one? Ravens, Lions, Commanders, all those people who need pass rushers, right, have said, no, we do not want this guy. So I was like, okay, I'll make this a universal joke because everyone is saying they don't want this guy. So it's just, we're not the only ones, people. We're not the only ones that's like, no, no, No Shamar Stewart. We're not the only ones, man. Yes, Joe, I know they can only grab 1 or 2 players and whiff on everyone else, but I do like the most players they brought in for visits and several more. I love the players they brought in, and that's a good segue. Let's go ahead and get to that segue real quick. That's a good segue right there, because the one thing I wanted to talk about was the players they brought in. Let's take a look at those players, the official list of the players they have brought in. Pah! All right, here we go. Here are the official list of the players, and I'll tell you if I like the player and where I would take them, etc., and going down the list. You let me know what you like, what you don't like. We'll see how it goes. For a 30 visit, all right, get their hands on the guy. Just get the hands on that player, man. Just shake him up. Slap him around. Really test him out, okay? Actually winded me. All right, so 30 visits. Here we go. D-tackle Darius Alexander, late second rounder, early third rounder type D-tackle. I'm not the biggest fan of Darius Alexander. Wouldn't hate it. I also wouldn't love it either. But a lot of mock drafts have the 49ers taking him. I'm not in love with this guy, but it could be worse. Like, it could be a lot worse. So I would like it, not love it, and I wouldn't hate it. Offensive tackle Kelvin Banks, supposed to be a first-round player. Some people must have him move him to a guard. I'm not the biggest fan. If we were to draft him, I'd be open-minded. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't love it. But I would be like, okay, you drafted him. You think he's good. You can do it. I'm gonna see if it works out. I'm gonna see if it works out. I'm not gonna hate on it. Right? I'm not gonna be like, no, how dare you? Like, I'm not gonna do that. But I'll be open-minded to the pick. Anthony Belton's going to be a third-round type guy. He can go from early third to late third, heck, maybe even early fourth kind of type dude. If you got him, he definitely would be your swing tackle project, someone who could potentially take the job of Trent Williams next year if he were to retire. Anthony Belton, I'm a big fan of Belton. There's only 3 tackles in this draft that I like. Belton is one of them, so I would definitely take him somewhere in the third round if you do. I wouldn't hate it, but I do think you should address more needs with the first, second, and third round. Next up, you got Kobe Bryant. Kobe. All right, you got Kobe. A lot of other fans, like I know Strawberry, and I think Strawberry, and I think Juan, I think a few other 49ers fans are a lot higher on Kobe Bryant. I think Papa J is too as well. I'm not that big on him personally. I think he's good, right? 4th round pick, worthy of it. But a lot of people are bragging about how, like, oh, day 1 starter and stuff. I don't really see that. I think he should move to safety if you were to ask me. But he's a good player, someone worth taking in the 4th round. I wouldn't hate it. I'd like it. Josh Carnley Jr., I think, is absolutely overrated. He is extremely overrated tackle. This guy, I do not think he's that good. A lot of people think he's worthy of late first rounder, early second. But like I said, there's only 3 tackles I like in this draft. I'm not a fan of Carnley. And from what I've seen around the league, when I did my research for the whole 32 team, a lot of teams brought in Josh Carnley Jr., and I wonder what that means. I mean, a lot of teams brought in Josh Carnley Jr. It's actually kind of interesting. Jalen Conyers from Texas Tech. This is a 49ers favorite. This is hands down a 49ers favorite from the fan base. And you could tell the 49ers themselves love this player just based on the interviews and the hype. This guy, Jalen Conyers, is almost destined to be a San Francisco 49er. I absolutely love this guy. I think he's got high potential, especially like there's guys in the 3rd round I really do enjoy, like Mason Taylor. I think he's perfect for this game. Gunnar Helm, I like Gunnar Helm and things like that. But you want a guy who is a project and is worthy to be that 3rd tight end in the scheme. So you don't want to reach too far ahead for the guy. You want to get the right guy at the right spot to fill a spot in a couple of years down the road to be that 3rd tight end. And Jalen Conyers, and with a 5th trade up into the 6th or 7th round pick, would be the perfect spot. This is a perfect spot for the guy. Perfect potential there. Has huge upside. Athletic. Got good blocking ability. Jalen Conyers. If the 49ers got him, I know for a fact a lot of fans would just they would absolutely love it. Ariante Ursare. I know a lot of 49ers fans like him. I know that 49ers Chat Sports thinks at 43, you got to run the card in and be like, hey, draft him now. I'm not a fan of Versary. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of any player on that Minnesota offensive line. That Minnesota offensive line can go F itself. I'm not a fan. Fannin Jr., I am a fan of Fannin Jr. Okay, because Fannin Jr. I like Fannin Jr. He's my favorite prospect, my draft crush, my favorite tight end prospect, best receiving tight end in my opinion. I absolutely love everything about Fannin Jr. If we got him, the sucky part about Fannin Jr. is that you'd have to get him in the third round. And pretty much what I said about Conyers, it'd be too soon to take a tight end. But I love Fannin Jr., man. I absolutely love Fannin Jr. He's the way to go. Jackson Haws, the best blocking tight end in the draft. Big fan of him. Take him in the 5th, 6th, or 7th round. Love the blocking ability. If you can figure out his catching ability, he's a steal. He's an absolute steal if you figure out his catching ability. Because he has a bright future. He's a very good blocking tight end. Justin Jacobs, I absolutely have no idea who that is. I know Bossa from Oregon, but I don't know Justin Jacobs. Gonna be honest with you. If he's good, let me know. Cornerback Baleel Cohn from Western Michigan, another one where I don't know. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Marcus Mebao, he's a good guard. I like him. I don't think he's terrible. If you got him, would absolutely hate it for Purdue. Someone worthy, in my opinion, of the third round kind of type guy. So he'd probably get in the early 4th round too, if you were to fall there. Caden Madrano, from what I've heard, he's a 4th rounder, 5th rounder, 6th rounder. Like this Madrano guy ran the fastest speed in the combine, has been all over boards. I've seen him in the 4th round. I've seen him in the 5th, 6th, 7th. I don't know, but if the 49ers believe in him, go for it. Jonah Monahan, I actually don't know who that is. Not gonna lie to you. No idea who that is. D tackle Walter Nolan from Ole Miss. Would not hate that 11. I'd like it a lot. I wouldn't say love. I like a lot. Norman Lott, 3rd round type guy, great pass rusher, needs to work on his run defense. Someone you take in the 3rd round wouldn't hate it. Chris Paul Jr., you guys are going to hate me for this. Nah. I don't like any of these linebackers. All right, there's only like 2 that I like, 3 that I like. I'm not the biggest fan of Chris Paul Jr. Chris Paul, I'm just not my guy. D-end James Pierce Jr. Jeff knows how I feel about this guy. Like, if Mike Green's gone, if Membu's gone, if Nolan's gone, and you trade it back and you got this guy with like the 19th-ish pick or something, I would love it because I would assume like the other draft picks are gone. The other DNs are gone. But like James Pierce is like I would say between my 3rd and 4th pass rusher choice. So outside of Abdul Carter. But James Pierce Jr., man, I like I've said it before. I think he could be the best pass rusher in this draft. If he gets a bag, he needs a bag. Get him a bag, dude. You get James Pierce a bag, dude. Dude's going to be phenomenal. D-tackle Aeneas Peebles, 4th round gem, absolute beast of a player. He's small, but you know what? He doesn't play small. He plays freaking phenomenal. I like Peebles a lot. Quincy Riley from Louisville. He's all right. Not the biggest fan. Another draft crush of mine, the 49ers, I feel like I have a huge draft crush on, is Elijah Roberts, DN from SMU. They've done virtual interviews with this guy. They've done where's he at? I know they've done a lot more. Where's he at? Elijah Roberts. They've done this. They've done a school conference or player pro days. They checked out Elijah Roberts. They had a virtual meeting with this guy, virtual interview, and they had a 30 visit with him. They absolutely love this Elijah Roberts guy. I love this Roberts guy. If you got him in the 4th round, I think he'd be an absolute steal. I think he's got high potential. He has potential to be a top 5 edge rusher in this draft. He has that kind of type potential. Caleb Rogers from Texas Tech. Not gonna lie to you, don't know who that is. I've heard his name a couple times, but I haven't watched the film. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys either. So, offensive tackle Josh Simmons. We talked about him earlier. Too risky of a prospect, but my God, dude, if his knee is fine, so good player, such a good player. Shamar Stewart. We already talked about that. Upton Stout, cornerback, tiny. This dude is tiny. Upton Stout is like what? I think he's like 5'7", 5'8". He's puny. He's absolutely puny. Think of call him a peanut. Call him Peanut. His nickname's Peanut. All right, he's tiny, dude, but he can play. He can play. He's tiny, but he can play. David Walker, I've seen some of him. Shockingly enough, I haven't done a lot of research on David Walker. I've seen his highlights and saw like one breakdown of him, and I kind of moved on. But I know that 49ers content creators, fans absolutely love David Walker. He has, from what I've heard, he has the production. He has the talent to be just a phenomenal player. But it's just the fact that he went to Central Arkansas is like what people are holding him back on. But I'm open to the idea. I wouldn't hate it. Jordan Watkins from Ole Miss. Not gonna lie, don't know who that is. Kyle Williams from Washington State. That dude, Kyle Williams from Washington State. If he's there in the 4th round, you take it. That dude, I know Kyle. He's just got to change his name. All Kyle Williams has to do, okay, is change his name. Right? You can just go down to wherever it is you change your name, DMV, wherever it may be. Just go down and change your name to Williams Kyle or Kyle I Can Play, whatever it may be. But like this dude is so good. Like I get giddy when I watch Kyle Williams play. He is so freaking fracking good, dude. Like if you can get this guy in the 4th round, that would be an absolute steal. Absolute steal. I've come around on him. You guys know I absolutely hated the guy. You know, I used to be like, no, never. I even made a short on it. I was like, if anybody even tries to suggest 49ers draft Kyle Williams, just straight throat punch. But I've come around, man. I've given in. You guys better be right. Wolfpack, you better be right. You convinced me. You better be right. You better be right. Mikael Williams from Georgia, I like him. I mean, I like him if you trade back. Definitely like him more than Shemar Stewart. I like him if you trade it back to like 19 and beyond kind of type thing. Same thing with James Pierce Jr. And D-tackle Talik Williams, in my opinion, next to Kenneth Grant, probably the best run-stopping D-tackle in this draft. I absolutely love me some Talik Williams. Big fan of Talik Williams. Is he a first-round talent? It's like maybe like fringe, 28 to 32 kind of type guy. But if the 49ers end up getting Talik Williams later on in the draft, the 43rd pick, absolute steal in my eyes, if you were asking me. So those are the 30 visits there. Let me know what you guys think. Who are your favorite guys here? And let's jump into the comments. Let me drink my coffee. Hey, Joe Boy. There you go, baby. That's it, man. That's it. The thought. You gotta throw the positive waves. Throw the positive vibes, man. Just throw the positive vibes at them. Good juju. Throw good juju at them, man. Wolf, another huge difference is Mikael Williams is very good at playing diagnosis and understands gap integrity. He's patient against blocks and sheds them at the right time. Stewart is just bull rush. He's just Shemar is just, I'm gonna get you, motherfucker. That's all he is, man. Oh my God. And Joe Boyd, hey, there you go. That's what Jake wanted to know if you would be wrong. But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I think I agree. I think they should trade back 110%. Georgia defense isn't built to have mass sacks. No one gets mass sacks. Got to watch the film. McKellen Lions would be a perfect match. That would be crazy. No, did I just delete? I think I just deleted the comment. My bad. Be sure to like the live, guys. If you haven't liked the live already, I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Supports the channel. Helps me grow. Cannot do it without you guys. Mike McKell with us would be a perfect match to a 4-3 DN with a perfect body length trace that we like and sets the edges, run defender. Exactly. Absolute fan. Big fan of Mikael Williams with that aspect of it. Your thoughts on Femi Aladejo in the 2nd round? Too soon. I'm not a Aladejo guy. From what I heard from according to Larry Krueger, they're really big. The 49ers are big fans of him. No, absolutely not. Just not. I like it. I like him, right? But like he's getting hyped to be like a 2nd round guy. I'd much rather go for someone like Princely, Jack Sawyer. Even I like more. I know a lot of 49ers. No, I know a lot of 49ers fans are like no. But I like Jack Sawyer a lot. Much rather Princely. I'd rather draft Kyle Kennard. I'd rather draft I think outside of that, I think that's when I'll probably be interested in drafting him at that point. But yeah, I'm not hyped for him to be the second round pick. Absolutely not. He too overhyped like Shamar Stewart. Tez Johnson might be the prospect I'd be upset about. Your thoughts on him? I mean, he's going to fall in the draft because of that speed. He does have talent. And film speed, like field speed, and what you do with the combine is not the same. It's kind of like Xavier Restrepo when like he was supposed to be like an early third round type slot wide receiver from Miami, but then he ran that 4.83, and now he's like a fifth round pick or whatever. If you can get Restrepo in the fifth round, that is a steal because he doesn't run like a 4.83. Restrepo in the fifth round is not. He is not a 4.83 guy. If you go watch him, just go watch him play. Just watch his highlights alone. Just watch his highlights alone just to get an idea. You don't have to go watch breakdowns of the player or anything like that. Just go watch his highlights, and you tell me if that dude just runs a 4.83. He doesn't. He's faster than that. Femi would be a reach in the second round, if that's who I think you're talking about. Femi Diggs, yeah, he's a late round pick. Alec would be a reach in the second round also. I would hate that. Larry Cruz, a Texan bias, why he likes Shamar Stewart. Yeah, I think so too. There's got to be something like that. But then why does he like Nick Scorton? You think he'd argue for Nick Scorton? The first should be defensive tackle. Second round should be O-line, Walter Nolan, and Donovan Jackson. I think it should be, personally, I think it should be D-end, guard, and then the next two picks, 75 and 100, need to be D-tackle. So that way you got all your needs out of the way. Because you can find your starting D-tackles that in that 75, 100 spot. And then after that, fourth, fifth, and seventh rounds, all that, I think that's where you get your extra spots like linebacker, safety, corner, your other running back, your wide receiver. I think after the third round is where you get those extra spots, and then you use the first four spots on DN, guard, and two D tackles. That's really what it should do. It's what you should do because you need to fill in those holes, and not only do you need to do it, you actually do get players who will fill those holes, who are day one starters. We're not just talking about players, you hope they're day one starters. They're supposed to be day one starters. So I think personally I'm going D-end, guard, two D tackles. After that, whatever it is you want to fill after that. That's kind of how I look at it, which means we're probably going to miss out on Makuba. Sad face. That's the hard part, man, is letting go of those players you love like Makuba. I love Makuba a lot, man. It just sucks. We're not drafting Makuba. It's not happening. Oh, he's up there. I mean, I don't know. The Trey Lance pick's probably going to end up being the worst one ever. Walter Nolan, Donovan Jackson, first two picks. I'd be happy with it if that happens. I'd be happy with that. I love Donovan Jackson in the second round. Big fan. I like Jarius Alexander. If the two T tackles are Alexander and Nolan, I would be extremely happy. All right. Okay. I'd rather be Talik Williams and Nolan or Talik Williams and an edge rusher. I would like that. Walter Nolan, Mike Green, Membu, Derek Carter, and Mikkel are my favorites. I kind of like Banks too, but not as much as them. Love the Mike Green and Membu picks. Love them. I like Kobe Bryant a lot. I like him a lot. I'm a Lakers fan. I like the other Kobe Bryant more. Doesn't Shamar Stewart feel like a Shannon Lynch pick? Ken House, remember Reuben Foster, Javon Kellen. Reuben Foster, though, had production. Like Reuben Foster had the production. I can't say shit about it because I wanted them to draft Reuben Foster. I was excited about them drafting Reuben Foster. I already heard about all the tantrums he threw at the combine, et cetera, and I still wanted him. So I would be a hypocrite, and I wouldn't be standing on my own words if I were to give them shit about the Reuben Foster pick because I would have done that too. So the Reuben Foster thing, I'll disagree with that. Kinlaw, yes. The Kinlaw one, the Kinlaw one, I know they traded back one spot, right? But they should have traded back a lot more from there and got a lot more picks because I'm not a fan of trading one piece for just one piece. Like a 1-for-1 is not how I roll. Like I don't like 1-for-1s. All right. If you're going to trade a proven commodity, you need to get more than just one piece out of that commodity. Like that's crazy to me. That's one thing I disagree with on that. But I can't give him shit on the Reuben Foster thing because I would have done the same thing like in a heartbeat. The dude was phenomenal in college. Like, he was phenomenal. As anyone knows, McGarren fell a little. I swear he used to be a fourth rounder. I think I've always seen him ranked somewhere in the 200s. I've always seen him somewhere ranked around 200s. Why does Cody look like Lil Wayne? Does he? He got a swagger like mine. I don't even know the lyrics, man, because he's just kind of like fumbling his words. I don't even know the lyrics of that. My favorite at each position: Strawberry, Brock Purdy. I don't like any of the QBs in the draft. I like Brosmer and I like Seth Hannigan from Memphis. Those are two quarterbacks I like. Offensive tackle, Membu. Guard, Frazier. Hey, so far, good start. Jared Wilson, great start. DJ Giddens, I like it. Deontay Thornton, it's okay. Tight end, Jalen Carter, love it. CG's favorite, his draft crush, not favorite, but his draft crush is Mace Taylor. He is a very good player. Day one starter for the 49ers for sure. My favorite on defense, D tackle, Nolan. All right. Edge, Oladeja. Wow. Linebacker, Demetrius Knight. All for it. Love that. Makuba. Trey Amos. I like me some Trey Amos. Wolfie dislikes Crisp. Did you just call him Crispy Bacon? That's absolutely hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. Not getting the hype on Femi Adebayo. I back away from him unless he drops in late third. He's a third round guy for me. I wouldn't do it in the second. Chris Paul Jr. I like, or Danny Stutzman. Danny Stutzman. I've been in love with Danny Stutzman since day one, dude. I've been a day one Stutzman glazer. I've just been glazing all over Danny Stutzman. I just don't think they're going to draft him. So I don't want him to. I don't want him high. CG. I don't want him high. But I'm not super high in most of the edge players in the first. I would even prefer Kennard or Princely to the first round player. I love Princely. A lot of people don't like Princely, but I'm a Princely truther, y'all. I love Princely. One of my favorites. I just don't think the 49ers are going to draft him. Yeah, well, if I'm the highest on James Pierce anymore, either I agree if Green, McKell, Nolan gone, we trade back. Yeah, Pierce I would love. Pierce is a trade back guy. Nick Scorton, a trade back guy. But yeah. Interview David Walker. Check out my interview. Hey, guys. CG interviewed David Walker. Check it out. I love David Walker. Hey, there you go, man. Check out that interview. Got credit for David Walker meeting with the 49ers via Steph Sanchez, who tracked that visit. Nice, man. You're doing your thing, CG. You're doing your thing, man. Keep it up. I like David Walker, too. I know a lot of people like him. I don't know why I never bothered to take a look at him. It's weird. The San Francisco 49ers trade Brock Purdy to Cleveland Browns with number 2 pick and draft Travis Hunter. Absolutely not. Strawberry, I knew. I interviewed 2 months ago. Was shocked he followed and made it happen. Hey, man, you just got to put yourself out there and make it happen. How many D tackles edge do you think we draft? I say at least 2 D tackles, maybe 3. Okay. I thought you said 3 DNs. I know Brad from SF Niners, he drafted 3 DNs in his draft, and I thought that was crazy. Like, I understand that we need a starter, but we need 2 at most. This team needs 2 DNs at most. We don't need 3 DNs. I'm sorry, but I know you guys may not think Gross Matos is a starter or Samo, but they are good depth pieces, right? And if you draft 2 DNs at that point, you have 5 DNs on your team. And I think that's enough, if you ask me, especially when it comes to the draft. I think you just need about 4 or 5 DNs. Rest are undrafted guys who get free agency, kind of bring them in and do your thing. Like, we got Alex Barrett, you could bring in for competition and stuff, like things of that nature. You just need 2 max. Like 3 DNs is way too much. D tackle, though, you can get 4. D tackle, you can get 4 of those, dude. It's justified. That shit is bone dry. Literally, Evan Anderson to me is the only quality D tackle on this roster. I'm out on Sawyer. I don't know why, man. Sawyer's clutch. He's got a clutch gene. Wolfie Schmart is just, I'm going to get you, motherfucker, bro. You got to get phases. Oh, my God. He is, man. He's just I want to get you, motherfucker type guy. He's Mr. 1 sack a year. Nikita in the house. Good to see you. Good afternoon in the chat. in the chat. Let's get to this mock draft real quick, guys. I know you guys got a couple comments. I don't want to. Hey, the Under the Helmet podcast in the house. Sup, bro? First time here. Keep up the great content. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you supporting the channel, bro. Appreciate it. I am familiar with your game. I've seen you before. OG. You're an OG 49ers content creator, comment guy. You're up there with Invader Niner. You're up there with Matt. I forgot his name. No hate, but I forgot your name. Matt something. And 49er throwback. Clutch, man. Clutch. Imagine Xavier Watts the second. I'm not a Xavier Watts guy, right? I'm really not a Xavier Watts guy. I'd rather take Makuba in the second than I would Xavier Watts, but I see why you like him. I see why people still like him. He's got the interceptions. You know, he's always finds himself in the right spot at the right time, kind of type player. They aren't drafting Stewart without solid approval. Oh, I guess that's kind of like one way to look at it. Like if the 49ers were like, do not get me wrong. I'm not convincing myself to draft Shemar Stewart, but like the saving grace of it all is like, okay, he's gonna be in Robert Saleh's hands, right? He's gonna be in Chris Kasorik's hands. He's gonna be in no better hands. So at least there's that, right? So the Strawberry bring out some positives. So, and showing some love. That's like I said. That's what I like to see. Still sleeping. Hey, it's that nighttime, man. I'm a napper myself. I like naps too. Yeah, and now Larry like Derek Harmon a lot more. He said, and I wonder why. Well, Dan Brugler, the likes Harmon a lot. Larry goes off others' opinions way too much, and will say he loves someone the next. He's a big fan of Dan Brugler. I think they did a video today. I think I was watching it because I was curious what he said about Shemar Stewart, and I completely disagree because the argument was traits that he made about Shemar Stewart was that he had traits. I'm like, I think you're mixing up traits with potential. And I said this earlier in the live, but you're mixing up potential and traits where it's like he only has 2 traits, and he has he has 3. He has a mid run stopping ability, if you ask me. He has an elite athleticism and elite power. Like those are the 3 things that he has. But those are only 3 traits he has. So he doesn't have many traits. So when they say, oh, he has many traits, I strongly disagree. He doesn't have a pass rushing trait. He doesn't have like a true bull rush kind of type trait. He doesn't have an elite run stopping or great run stopping trait. He doesn't have a clutch trait. He doesn't have an instinct trait. He doesn't have a football IQ trait. There's like, what do you mean by trait, right? Potential is different. You got a guy who has max athleticism trait, a max athleticism trait. So you're kind of thinking to yourself, potentially, if I were to give him these traits, if I were to implement traits into the guy, he could be this player, because he does not like that is not traits, man. Like I think we're confusing traits with potential. It's not what I'm worried about. It's why I'm not worried about linebacker. I'm not worried. You're not wrong. Like linebacker with Robert Saleh has always been clutch. Azeez Al-Shire, Greenlaw, Fred. There's another linebacker we had. Didn't he was good? Wasn't there another linebacker we had that was good? Could be tripping. Saleh drafted Fred and Dre and picked up Azeez as unrestricted free agent. I trust his judgment on defense, especially linebacker. See, Strawberries bring us back down to earth, man, with facts. Let's bring us back down to earth with facts. Like, if we get Shemar, at least there's something. At least there's something you can hang your hat on there. All right, let's go ahead and hold on. Be sure that like button, guys. If you haven't hit that like button yet, I'd really appreciate it. Makes my 49ers heart grow from here. Truly does. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and jump into. Let's go ahead and jump into a mock draft. A mock draft. A mock draft. Bah! All right, here's a mock draft right here. Zoom in 49ers. Bam. Okay, 7 draft picks, normal. Entering the draft, we're not going to trade up. We're going to let the picks come our way. Pause. We're going to let the picks just come all over us, and we're going to make it happen. Abdul Carter fall into the Bears, whatever. It's not a matter where the players go. It's just as long as these players fall to the team. Let's restart that. Let's restart the draft, because I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Membu and all those players were going to fall like that. Let's try this. Let's try this again. Let's try this one more time. Okay, so far this is better. This is better. Okay, that's better. That is better. That is better. Okay, that Ashton Genty, though, went to the Vegas Raiders, picked McMillan over. That's not happening, but I digress. All right. Who do we got? I love me some Grayson Bell. Love it. Mikael Williams is available. Mike Green is there. James Pierce Jr. Donovan Izaraku. I'm without a doubt. I know there's Kellen Banks there, but if the board fell this way, I'm beyond confident the 49ers are drafting Mike Green. I just feel like it's not just because it's a player I absolutely love, but I think the 49ers took particular interest in the guy at the Senior Bowl. KJ Wright did. I think that the 49ers won an edge here, because I do think if you were to go to the draft, I think getting your D tackles later with those third round picks is probably the way to go. And I think they're going to go ahead. It's definitely between Mikael Williams and Mike Green. And I'm not going to put it out. I'm not going to put it out of the possibility. I'm not going to put out the realm of possibility that Shamar Stewart could be drafted by the San Francisco 49ers. Like, I'm not going to sit there I'm not ignoring the fact that that's not possible. It is definitely possible that Shamar Stewart goes to the 49ers. But in the likes of my predictions here, I'm going to put my faith in the 49ers that they're going to make the right decision, and they're going to take Mike Green at 11. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And they're going to let the board fall. They're going to let the board fall. So we got here. Reject, and reject. Nick Scorton is there, dude. Oh, my God. Nick Scorton at 43. Oh, my God, y'all. Nick Scorton at 43 is a beast. Oh, Lord. Deep. You got Talik Williams. Dude, look at this decision at D tackles here you got, man. You got Talik Williams. A lot of people like Darius Alexander. You got TJ Sanders, Alfred Collins, Joshua. Oh, my Lord. My goodness gracious. Jonas Avea is there. But again, this is predictions. These are predictions. This isn't about trying to make the best draft. This is about guessing, will the 49ers draft this player at this spot? That's what this draft is about. It is not about drafting a player that I love and I think would be absolute steal and stuff. So what I think the 49ers will do with these particular picks. Because I do think they might trade back at some point or something of that nature. But I'm going to try and guess these picks in each round. That's the intent of all of this. They're drafting Mike Green because that's what the fans want. And it's not only what I want. It's what they want. Trust. It's what they want. They want Mike Green. It's either Mike Green, Membu, Will Campbell, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, and potentially James Pierce Jr., Walter Nolan, all those players. Man. All right, let's go with all here real quick. Okay, so we got Nick Scorton. They haven't shown a particular interest in Nick Scorton. Talik Williams, that's someone that I think they potentially could get here. I'm serious. They might take Alec Ayomanor at 75. They might take Alec Maynor at 75 or Alufami Eladejo at 75. But here at 43, man, I think they would take Talik Williams at Ohio State at 43. Not only is it potentially he's going to be there like in all mock drafts, but like just in general, he's graded around that area. I think they're going to get Talik Williams out of Ohio State. That's my prediction. And I know what I would do is I would take a guard here instead. I'd much rather take Jonas Avea than try to get D tackles later. But I think they're gonna see the value of Talik Williams if he's there, and they're gonna draft him. Okay, this one's gonna be controversial. Is he still there? He is not. He is gone. So I cannot make that pick. What's his name? Ayomanor would have been picked here at 75. Where did he go? When did he get picked? He screams a 49ers wide receiver, man. Oh, wow. Wow, really? He went to Denver at 51. Okay. Here at 75. What would they do next here? Here at 75. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Alec either. I'm not a fan of Alec either, but I'm telling you right now, if he's there at 75, they're drafting him. He screams the 49ers wide receiver. And I don't want him, but it's me trying to predict the picks. I'm trying to predict the picks here. That's really what this is about. It's about trying to pick the right player that I think they would take at 75. And I'm not going to lie to you. I think this is where they'll double dip on Omar Norman Lott. Or Caleb Rogers from Texas is down there. Frazier. I think it's between Membo here and Norman Lott. That's why I think they're either going to take Norman Lott or Membo at this spot. So it's between Mebo, and Norman Lott. I'm going to say, they got their run stopper in Talik Williams, and if they got Norman Lott at 75, that is a good back and forth kind of situation there. So I'm going to go ahead and take Norman Lott at 75. I just think that they've shown interest in the guy, and realistically speaking, you've got your run stopper, Talik Williams. You have your pass rusher D tackle now in Amar Norman Lott. You got your edge. This is where who's available? Farmer, Scatabo, Savion Williams, Anthony Belton. It's between Scatabo and Anthony Belton. I want Scatabo. I would easily take, if it was me, Scatabo here at 100 is amazing. I think that's absolutely amazing. But I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to take Anthony Belton out of North Carolina with the 100th pick. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that. Interior offensive line, I would take Jared Wilson here. They're going to take Anthony Belton, the 100th pick. We draft a guard, then what we sign Barge for, probably because he's his cheap replacement, I would take that, but I'm going to do this with no trades. Okay, so we got the tackle I think they're going to take. They got the 2 D linemen and an edge. Interior offensive line. I think they're going to take Caleb Rogers. Kind of screams to me here. No, you know what? I'm going to take it's between Caleb Rogers and Elijah Roberts. And I'm going to take Elijah Roberts out of SMU. You play inside and outside guy. You got both your DNs. You got 2 D tackles. You got an edge. You got your offensive tackle there. Then next up, David Walker. We're done with that now. I think we're done with the D-line situation. Interior offensive line. They're going to draft Caleb Rogers out of Texas Tech. Then the 147th pick, they're going to take – there's so many good players I would take right here. They showed interest in Kobe Bryant. Zaw Frazier is freaking fracking amazing. I love me some Zaw Frazier. Wide receiver who's available here at this point. I like Nick Nash a lot, dude. They have not looked at any running back. I don't know if they actually draft a running back. I don't think they draft a running back. Is that crazy to say? Because they haven't looked at any running backs at all. They haven't shown any interest in running backs at all. I think they think this running back draft class is so deep they can find a guy undrafted. That's why I think it's going to happen. They're going to say, okay, this running back class is deep. We can find a guy undrafted. Especially Kyle. Kyle's been able to do it. He has the history for it. At 147, linebacker. You guys know this more than me. Is Bossa a Dre Greenlaw type guy? Is Jeffrey Bossa a Dre Greenlaw type guy? I don't think he is. I really don't. Is Buchanan gone? Oh my God, Buchanan's gone. Who drafted him? Carolina drafted Teddy Buchanan. He is gone. I can't tell if Bossa is a. I can't tell if Bossa is a. I don't remember if Bossa is that kind of type of player. Showing interest in him. I'm going to take. Would they take Conyers this early? They're going to take Conyers. I'm going to take Conyers. Wolves in 4. Everyone says F the Lakers. Wolves in 4, baby. Let's go. We're going Conyers. We're going to take Conyers here. Guy gets you tight end in the future, and they showed a lot of interest in him. Man, David Walker is still there. Interior offensive line. We got the interior offensive line guy. Yeah, we got Caleb Rogers, Anthony Belton. This 160th pick. This is the Debo pick, guys. This is the Debo pick right here. This is the Debo pick. This is where they're going to take Kobe Bryant at 160. Kobe. And then we just keep falling back. D-Slow Mac and Cheese Belly Samuel. That's a complex name there, Tommy. That's a complex name there, buddy. Let's look at it all. Any 49ers name stands out to you at all, guys? Jake Majors, I like him. This is probably where they're going to take another. Is Jack Haws still available? Haws is not. If Haws is there, this is exactly what they would do. Wide receiver, Nick Nash. They've shown interest in him. They'd probably draft Nick Nash at this point. Quarterback. I like Brosner and I like Seth Hannigan. I like these two quarterbacks right here. I like these two guys as depth pieces, obviously not starters. Corner. I'll take Medrano there. And at 152, they're taking Andreas Borregales. Bam! And that is the end of the draft. This is my 49ers prediction. I think this is my official. This isn't what I would do. This isn't what I think they should do. This isn't some sort of like trade back, make it happen thing. This is my prediction. They are going to draft one of these players. They're going to nail one of these players. They're going to absolutely nail down one of these players. Hold them down and absolutely nail this pick. I think Mike Green is one of the most likely picks there. I'm picking Mike Green for this situation. Talik Williams, there in the second round. I think that if he was there at 43, I think it's a perfect spot. I'm not a fan of this pick here at 75. I'd much rather do something else with the 75th pick, but I've got a feeling if Omar Norman-Lott is there at 75, they're drafting him. And it's not a bad combination. You got a pass rushing D tackle and you got a run stopping D tackle. So you got 1A, 1B, and that's absolutely perfect. Anthony Belton, the 49ers have already expressed they want a swing tackle. And they have shown interest in Anthony Belton. They like Anthony Belton. Heck, even I like Anthony Belton. And that's someone I think they would take at 100. Elijah Roberts, they've shown significant interest in Elijah Roberts. I think if even at 100, they'll probably take Elijah Roberts. They love this guy. Trust me. He will be a 49er. Caleb Rogers, they showed interest in him. They're going to take an interior offensive lineman at some point for sure. And I bet you it's not going to be until in the fourth round. They're not going to take an interior guard until fourth round. Just watch. I'm going to hate that, but I feel like that's what's going to happen. Conyers is the kind of guy I think they would take the 160, 147 pick. And if Kobe Bryant's there at 160, they're going to pull the trigger. So I like how this turned out prediction-wise. I do think one of these players turns out to be a 49er for sure. Medrano, they like him because of his speed. We all know how much the 49ers love their speed guys. Nick Nash, he came in for a pro day visit. I like him. He does scream at a 49ers need because 49ers do need a red zone wide receiver. Nick Nash is that guy. And they've already worked out Andreas Borregales, where I think if he's there at 252, they would just draft him with that no-nonsense pick. Like, it won't affect them at all. Like, it's not a third-round pick, right? They're not going to feel locked in on this guy. This is the kind of guy with a pick 252, that's kind of a pick where you can just cut him and be fine. So that's my prediction. That's my official prediction. These are the players that I officially think are going to go to the San Francisco 49ers. One of these players is going to go to the 49ers. Let me just take a picture of these. I'm not personally a fan of all these guys, but it's a prediction, not what I want, but what I think they will do. So I can't believe the draft is left. I know, dude. I'm so excited, man. I am behind. I can't wait, dude. This is probably the most anticipated draft I've ever been involved in because I have not done this much research before. I have not done this many mock drafts. I haven't had this much conversation about the draft with anybody. So, like, this draft in particular, man, I can't believe it's 1 week away. I'm so excited, dude. I'm absolutely excited. Jack Kent in the house. As a family, all Niners fans, both sides plus sister, my Raiders all day, every day. What does the Niners do with Purdy? They sign him in late May. They're going to sign him late May. Watch. It's going to be like May 29th or 28th or some shit. It's going to be May 29th or May 28th. They're going to sign Brock Purdy. It's going to be like late May. Watch. Mike Green is off their board, bro. Nah, dude. He's on their board. I think Scatterbo is going to be a Niner, either him or Parrish or Norman Lott. Parrish, definitely possibility. Scatterbo, I really do hope that's somebody that they actually do end up like taking. I love Scatterbo a lot, and I've talked about how much he would help the 49ers offense, not just from a running back standpoint, but from a play action standpoint, passing game standpoint, blocking for Brock Purdy, and especially the scheming you could do on short downs with a guy like that. I'm a big fan of Scatterbo and what he could bring to the San Francisco 49ers. So, yeah, I love me some Scatterbo for sure. I'm not even going to acknowledge that question. Yeah, Brock Purdy's going to get signed. He's going to get signed. Mike Green, to me, off field issues. I mean, a lot of players tend to around the close line. A lot of people say things about like players with issues. Mike Green, Abdul Carter, James Pierce Jr., Walter Nolan even has off the field issues, on the field issues as well. It happens a lot. But if the 49ers do their due diligence and they trust Mike Green, they will draft him with the 11th pick. That's another thing. So you're not completely wrong there, but you could say that for just about almost every draft prospect at that 11th spot. So I'm not even going to consider that too much unless it was like glaring. I know what he went through. I know what he did, but it's not like it's anything that like he was proven innocent with it. There was no allegations, stuff like that. And if he's gone through the process, he'll probably draft in the San Francisco 49ers. I actually hit the wrong button there. Good show. What's cry this year? I joined lots of shows, and everyone wants running back this year. Well, man, it's filled with running backs. This entire draft has a ton of them. I don't blame them. Like, if there's a time to abandon, like the Bills, for example, if there's a time to abandon the running backs, your running back like James Cook, this would be the draft for the Bills. If the Bills want to go out and get Omarion Hampton, Trayvon Henderson, Judkins, something like that, if they want to replace James Cook right now, this would be the time to do it. This draft is absolutely stacked with running backs. So I don't blame them. And not to mention the Bills don't have to pay $15 million for James Cook, who I don't think is worth $15 million, if you ask me. But yeah, a lot of people want running backs, man. It's the year of the running back. It's the year of the running back and D tackle. No one will trade back with us. So you can book that. I like that prediction. I like the prediction there, Tommy. That's actually that's a good prediction there. I think that's possible just because there are other teams that want to trade back. Like if you go and watch other shows, I'm sure Jack can back this up as well. If you go back and watch like other content creators who like Panthers, Cardinals, Falcons, Cowboys, you name it. You name a fan base. Every single one of them says trade back, get more picks because this draft is deep. So many players, so many teams and fan bases want to trade back because they want more picks. And if everyone just wants to trade back, it's not going to happen. If everyone just wants to trade back, then no one's going to trade back. So Broncos maybe could trade back with us if Genty falls to Genty for a fact is not. I'm going to book this. My spot to book it. He's not getting past the Bears. If anything, the Bears might trade up to make sure they get Genty over Raiders. The Raiders or Bears are going to draft Genty 110%. But yeah, if Genty were to fall to 11, I think a lot of teams would want to jump up to get him at that point. I think the Broncos could be one. Chargers, I think, could be one. I know they got Najee Harris. What's another team that could use them? Use one. On the top of my head, I can't really think of one that would jump up like that. Bengals got Mixon. Falcons got Bijan. So I see the Colts doing that. No, they got Jonathan Taylor, huh? I think there's a few teams at 11. I think if Genty were to fall to 11, I think a few teams would want to trade up to get him. Steelers could potentially be one of them. They do have Warren, and they like Warren a lot. That's potential. The Raiders draft tight ends and running backs in the first night. Nothing else. The tight end thing is 110% true. The tight end thing is 110% true. So I think the Steelers can, but I think the Steelers are going to draft a quarterback. I think the Steelers 110% draft a quarterback. 110% draft a quarterback. That's like their one need. That's like their one freaking fracking need. 7-8, not drafting a running back. 7-8 is Jets. No, they have Breece Hall. 8, they have Bryce Young. Who is their running? No, they have no. Their running back they drafted. I think he's going to be out for the rest of the season. It's possible. It's not impossible. But I do know that the Raiders would draft him with Pete Carroll for sure. Bears would definitely draft him. If Genty fell to 10 to the Bears, that would be like the shock of the night if they don't draft Genty. That would be the shock of the night. Absolute shock of the night. Leatherwood was freaking hilarious. That Leatherwood pick. I remember when they drafted, I was like, what are you doing? I was like, what? Oh my God. Jacobs was a dog first rounder. He was a good pick. He was a good pick. Late round pick. Turned out to be really good. Traded him though. Steelers go after Seattle's quarterback Howell. I don't think that'd be smart though. Panthers at 8. They have 2 running backs. Who are the running backs? Let's check them out. Let's see what the running backs are. I'm pretty sure they have one that's injured. I think they have one, but I know they have more needs. Like they much rather get another wide receiver. I'm pretty sure a tight end would be better for them too. Offensive line. I think they need a tackle. I think they need a tackle and a wide receiver. I think fans would rather have and an edge. I think those 3 needs will probably come before Genty, but I don't think it's impossible because I don't think they got that many running backs, do they? They got Chuba Hubbard, Rika Dowdle, Jonathan Brooks is probably going to be out for the rest of the season. I don't know. Do you go in the season with Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle? I don't know. The last time I saw the Bolts, nows or possibly or free agency. Bowers is a dog, but you wasted a first round time prior. Yeah, Michael. They drafted him in the second. Michael Mayers. They drafted Michael Mayers in the second round. I'm pretty sure. Double check. They drafted Michael Mayers in the second round. Yeah, they drafted him with 35th pick. 35th pick in the second round in 2023. But I do agree. So I was really shocked. But I don't blame him. I mean, Brock Bowers to me, even if it's all right, man. It's hard to keep track of all these picks and stuff like that. It's all good. But still, like, for me also, like if Brock Bowers to me was so freaking fracking good last year that if the 49ers traded up to get him, I would have absolutely loved it. I would have been all for it, 110%. I would have been behind it. I love Brock Bowers. I knew he wasn't going to fall to us. Dude was too good. As a fan last year, I wanted offensive line. I still do. But I was like, I'm willing to sacrifice offensive line if you can get a guy like Brock Bowers. I knew Brock Bowers was going to be just super freaking good. And the fact that we missed out on him, it's okay. But, like, that was one of the players I was okay with, like, diverting from the need aspect of it all, because Brock Bowers to me was just so freaking good. So that's crazy. I didn't even know he was in the league. No, Michael Mayers will improve. Not worried about him, bro. But his Mayers production and not production, but his development is stalling right now because he's behind another tight end. So he probably wants to get out of there and do something else. Tyler Warren is a fail-proof pick. I don't know about that. I would. A lot of people absolutely love Tyler Warren and they put him up there, but I think he's good, right? But I don't put him up there with the hype of Brock Bowers. I don't put him up there with the hype of T.J. Hawkinson. he is a safe pick, I guess, if you want to say that. But like what do you mean by that? Like, do you think like he's going to be a superstar kind of type player? I don't know about that. Like, to me, he's not on the level of T.J. Hawkinson was coming out of college, or Brock Bowers coming out of college, or Kyle Pitts or anything like that. I think he's like a tier below that, if you were to ask me. 2 tight ends is not a bad thing, but you got to use 2 tight ends. 2 tight ends is not bad, but you got to use 2 tight ends. And some teams don't do that. And the Raiders haven't used Michael Mayers. I don't know what the Raiders schedule looks like, but if they will, well, they might be solid for sure. Warren was a letterman in 3 different sports. He loves ball. 110%. 110%. He's got potential, man. He's got potential. He did a lot. Did absolutely a lot. The Under the Helmet podcast want to see more 21 personnel this year. Not gonna lie. 110%. Browns got robbed for rookie of the year when going against QBs. Yeah. If you took out the QB aspect of it, Brock Bowers 110% was my guy. But 21 personnel. All right. Just ordered my Giants gear. Oh shit, Steve-O, jumping the fence. Absolutely jumping the fence to the Raiders fans over there. But like, if you were to move over to the 20, use a lot more 21 personnel, you need to have Scatterbo. If you go 21 personnel, you need to go out of your way and get Scatterbo, because you have CMC on one side and then you have Scatterbo on the other. So I think Scatterbo personally would be perfect for that situation, just because on short downs, he would be phenomenal. You don't know if CMC is going to get it. You don't know if Scatterbo is going to get it on short downs. Play action pass, you don't know who's going to break out or not, because Scatterbo can break out, or CMC can break out and Scatterbo can block, because Scatterbo is one of the best blocking running backs in this draft. So like you would be able to do a lot more if you got someone like Scatterbo. If you got someone like Scatterbo, man, you can do the 21 personnel, have the 2 running backs left, right, and do significantly more, right? So I'm all for it, but you have to get that running back, and I think Scatterbo's the dude. Just order my pizza gear. Go SF Niners, says Jack. Okay, that's probably what you meant was Giants gear. SF Giants gear. I thought you were abandoning us for the big blue there, Steve-O. Oh, that's absolutely funny. I thought you were going to – I keep forgetting. Like, I'm so locked in on football, man. Like, I know barely anything about baseball. I'm a super casual when it comes to basketball. I know more about hockey than those 2 sports. But yeah, SF, I've heard the Giants are doing good this year. So far, they have a good start, I've heard. There's 162 games, 61, if you're wrong. But I was wondering what the hell you were talking about. I thought he was talking about the freaking New York Giants. I'm like, what do you mean? You're going over to the big blue? You traitor, Steve-O. Oh, my God. Locked in on football, 110%. 110%. Papa talking about how you love the Rams. Oh, my God. I don't hate the Rams. I don't like them, though, either, because they're like division rivals. But I know a lot of people, from what I've seen, a lot of people hate the Rams with a passion. I live in SoCal, and I have had no problems with Rams fans. I've had no problems at all with Rams fans. Do I like the team? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They're division rivals. Not my guy. I don't support them. But if you're asking me if I hate them, like my top, like most hated team, it's not the Rams. I don't deal with Rams fans as much as like most 49ers fans that I've seen, where there are issues. Everyone that I've met so far, every Rams fan that I've met, outside of the ones that are from like Rambo's area, stuff like that, those ones seem to be pretty bad. But like the people that I meet personally around town or, wherever I go, everyone that I've met so far have been solid. So like they haven't been dicks. We have great conversations and stuff. The ones that I always have like some sort of like feud with or argument with is Seahawks fans. Seahawks fans, man, are just whoa. They're on a whole other level of obnoxious. Like I have that problem with Seahawks fans. Rams fans, I don't. Seahawks fans, though, dude, even before they won a Super Bowl, man, they were insane. Like they were crazy, dude. Seahawks fans are up there. I'm with Tommy there. Seahawks fans are the most. Seahawks fans are 100% my. Juan knows my list. My list goes Cowboys, Seahawks, Steelers. Those are my three most hated teams. Those are my three most hated teams. It goes. Cowboys number one. Cowboys will always be number one. 100%. Seahawks, Steelers, and then division rivals. After that. Rams. I hate the Rams so much. They're my top three most hated teams. Well, there was somebody trying to be you, inviting everybody to go on your live show on Rambo Chat. I had to make him stop that one. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, there's gonna be people like that, man, with mental issues. I appreciate that, dude. Try ruining reputation and stuff like that. People, man, just people with I don't understand that, dude. I don't know how you had that kind of time. I don't know why those people don't get blocked, right? I don't know why those people don't, like kids, I understand. High schoolers, they're obnoxious. They do things like that. But, like, there's full-grown adults that spend their time trying to do stuff like that. And I don't understand why that's the case and stuff, trying to ruin someone's channel and stuff. So I try to I'm a pretty chill guy, man. I try to be more peaceful. I like a live where all of us just have a great conversation, et cetera, things of that nature. And I hate the fact there's someone out there trying to ruin my reputation when I mind my freaking own business. I mind my business. So it's just weird. I don't hate the Steelers. My mom is from Pitt. There's a couple 49ers fans that I've seen that actually do like Pittsburgh, so I'm not surprised by that. I barely hit the Cowboys. Honestly, it's not a rivalry. It's just an ass beating. Oh my God. But I've been around the Cowboy. Like I grew up with like around Cowboys fans. So that animosity just kind of grew. Cowboys, Seahawks, Rams, Eagles, and Chiefs. Eagles are definitely in a top. I know Nikita doesn't want to hear this, but probably top 5, top 6, somewhere around there for sure. Two things that irk me, Wolfie. Hat and Chapman's headphones. Wait, Wolfie's hat? Oh, you don't like my hat? My hat's gangster, man. My hat's gangster. Cool and fun fact, my first game preseason 1975 at the Stick. Holy shit. Nice, man. 9-6. Damn, dude. 9-6. That's crazy, man. That's back when offense is barely developed. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I was so excited to see you on the chat and then realized it wasn't you, by the way, and they were talking. Thank you for shutting it down, man. Thank you, stuff like that. And I'm not going to sit here and bash Rombo's thing because Rombo's an OG. You guys like him and stuff like that. But that's one of the reasons why I'm probably never going to go into Rombo's chat and stuff like that. It's because I don't like that energy. I don't mess with that kind of energy. So if you guys, see me in there, I'll acknowledge that it's me or something like that. Look at my name and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the only reason why I'm kind of staying away from it because I don't want that kind of attention. Couldn't wear it. It's nice. What do you mean you couldn't wear it? It's nice. Look at that. It's nice. It's a helmet. It's a helmet. Steelers are my third favorite team. Houston Texans are my number 2. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Chapman needs new headphones for sure. I haven't paid attention. I'll pay attention to his headphones. I have not been paying attention to his headphones. You guys are making it sound like it's some sort of 1970s airplane headphones where it's just like that. It's got the thick ass wire coming down. You guys make it sound pretty intense. Oh my God. But all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bounce out of here. I got to get going. I got to make some dinner, not dinner. I got to walk dinner is too soon. I got to walk the dog. then make dinner, and then tonight, guys, tonight, I'm going to, not we, but I guess we, if you guys are going to be there for sure. Tonight, I'm going to be on a live with David McNair. I think I feel like a dick because I don't remember his name. I think it's David McNair. Kenny's going to be there. Kenny 49ers, if you guys are familiar with him, GM Kenny 49ers is going to be there. I'm assuming a Ravens fan is going to be there. I don't remember who it is. And then I'm going to be there live too as well. We're going to do a mock draft where I'm the 49ers. Kenny's going to be the Browns. David's going to manage the entire thing. Then we're going to do a segment called Smash and Pass, which is interesting to me. But hey, it's his thing. So if he wants to dial it Smash or Pass, it's all good. I'll play it. Why not? So we're going to play a Smash or Pass, do a couple mock drafts, shoot the shit. I really appreciate you guys being there. There you go. David McNiner. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. And Papa J. Thank you. Appreciate it. There you go. I was like, it's Mick something. I know it. And I feel like a dick not knowing it, dude. No, his cheeks are red. He does have super cheeks. John Chapman. He's got some super red cheeks for sure. Karras losing the starting linebacker and safety. Great move on dumping Debo. What does Niners fans want to draft? I'm all for. I was all for draft getting rid of Debo, 110%. I was all for it. Fred's going to be there. Real quick, if Robert Saleh thinks he can work with Jair Brown and Mustafa without getting a free safety, in Saleh I trust. To be honest with you. Because, yeah, glad Papa told around to kick the fake Wolfie accounts out after they threatened me and other females. Yeah, it's crazy. I wouldn't do that stuff like that, right? That's just absolutely crazy to me. So, Wolfie, what do you think of this mock that I did? Mike Green at Fort, I like it. Charles Grant, I like Charles Grant, I do, but I'm a little. He's dumb. If his play translates from William and Mary to the NFL, phenomenal player. Jacob Parrish, absolutely love Jacob Parrish. CJ West, not as high on him as everyone else is, but at 113, that's not a bad value. It's actually pretty good. David Walker, 138, it's pretty good value there. Jackson Slater, not as high as him and everyone else is. Willie Lampkin, not a Willie Lampkin guy. Not gonna lie to you, not a Willie Lampkin guy. And I know that's a hot take. So, all right. Yes, so Levi is the Ravens fan. That's right, Levi. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Hey, now it's not going to be awkward when I go live. I'm familiar with the names. We got David McNiner, we got Kenny, we got Levi. So now I got familiar. It's because of you guys. Thank you guys so much. All right, guys, I'm going to bounce. Thank you so much for being here. I definitely appreciate it. I love these conversations. That's what it's all about. These lives it's just about having a conversation about football, a game that we absolutely love at the end of the day. That's what it's always about. And I thank you guys so much for making this experience just the best experience I've ever had having a channel. And it's because of you guys. So thank you guys so much for supporting my dream, supporting this channel. And I look forward to talking to you guys again. I cannot wait. And to everyone else who watches this later, be sure to sub if you haven't subbed already. Be part of the Wolf Pack. Be part of the conversation. And get yourself inside the huddle. See what I did there? Because the new name is Wolfie's Huddle. Get it? All right. And be sure to like the live because every single like makes my 49ers heart grow from here to here. All love, fam. I'll see you next video. Bang, bang, not a gang, baby.